So Alan, the man from Dawan, the stage is yours.
Hey, hello. Welcome everyone. GM. Yeah, so my name is Alan. So welcome to this panel, and I'm the moderator here. Short introduction of myself. My name is Alan Li. We are one of the most active single-family office based in Hong Kong, investing in all the deep tech, including blockchain, AI, biotech. So we are one of the most aggressive, one of the largest single-family office in Hong Kong, investing in crypto VC projects. My background is more like a financial, start from TradFi and then joined the crypto and never go back to the banking area. So that's my background. Today we are talking about tokenization. We have Nadja, Helen, and Kevin, and also Eric here. Maybe you guys start to introduce yourself. Maybe you talk about yourself and also the company, and share one moment that is your crazy moment, your ups and downs in your crypto journey. Please, Nadja.
So I lived in Vietnam for a few years, and every time that I'm not thinking, whichever country I am, I say hello in Vietnamese. So I was going to say hello in Cantonese today, but I'm not going to take that chance. Very happy to be here. Yes, I travel too much. I confuse everywhere. So very happy to be here. Just really at the onset of this discussion, before I get into introducing myself, I think that the Asian and Southeast Asian Web3 ecosystem is an incredibly special place, and I think we will be discussing some of this today. So definitely if you are finding yourself in the audience, you are part of history being made right now. So happy to share the stage with you. As for myself, I'm the co-founder of Adlunum. Adlunum is an investment ecosystem. So we have both an investment-focused accelerator, working with early-stage startups to get them capital, leading all the way up to the public sale. So tokenization, of course, is something that's very much up my alley in terms of a normal working day. I also am the host of a podcast, The Future of NFTs, where we look specifically at the technology and the business use cases for the technology. I'm also an executive producer for an upcoming Netflix documentary about the future of the internet, which incorporates, of course, Web3, AI, spatial computing, and all of these things. So, yeah, as for my presence on the stage today, I'll very much be focusing both on, I think, the real-world applications, as well as taking a little bit of a step back and looking at where we are, how we came to be here, and where we are going.
Hello, everyone. I'm really excited to be here. And to be honest, it's my first live panel, so I'm really excited about this.
From New York.
Yes, I'm from New York. So I'm Helen, and my company, I am an artist relation and marketing manager at Live Art. What we do, we are a art, finance, and technology company. In Web3 sector, we bring top artists and institutions into Web3. So we club together and to do cool NFT Ordinals projects together. And we will share more exciting news during our conversation later. But yeah, that's me. And one aha moment, except this is my first time panel, is that I think I'm really new to this Web3 industry, and I'm really excited about this. One aha moment I feel like is last year when we sold out the first collection that I on hands experienced from beginning to the end. We sold the Yue Mingjun collection, and that's when I feel like, wow, this is the power, this is the energy in this Web3, and I want to learn more, I want to do more here. So that's it.
Thank you. My name is Kevin Soltani from Orthogonal Global Group. I'm the managing partner there. We come from a capital markets perspective. We've listed a few companies before. Our company's listed on the Canadian Stock Exchange. We've made over 130 investments. We like to say, if you want exposure to Web 1, 2, and 3, the best way is to get into someone like us. If you want to invest in an ETF with no actual ownership, that's great too. If you want to invest in just crypto, that's probably the best. But I think we see ourselves as somewhere in the middle and offering the business solution to get invested in multiple different projects. And I'm also the CEO of Jima Group, where we're an alternative investment advisor, mainly in gaming, esports, and Web3 gaming. So one crazy journey fact, I was the first California mining company in 2013, legal California mining company. I say legal because we did the paperwork, Alan, you know.
You pay tax.
Yeah, we paid our tax. If you're recording IRS, you know, I paid my tax, I think. There was a flash crash of Zcash in 2017, if I'm not mistaken. Someone can correct me, 17, 18, 19, 17? It went from $1,100 to just under $90 to 17. It was a flash crash. And I was driving to Las Vegas, which is 3 hours from Los Angeles. And I had one hand in my phone and one hand on trying to get it out. But our mining rigs are in a garage in Orange County. We get back, 99% down, nothing you can do, almost 18 months of hardcore mining out the door. This is crypto, guys. This is what you gotta go through. I went and dealt with Mt. Gox, 21,000 Litecoin, Cryptsy, Poloniex. This is just what it is. This is the final stage for that, as in these next couple years. These hiccups and crazy stories, hacks, probably won't happen as much anymore because the institutions and the big guys are coming in. So enjoy the ride. This is it. This is the time to be alive. So enjoy it. Thanks for being with us.
Hello, everyone. I'm Eric. I'm a director of R&D in S3. S3 does applied research in various areas. For my team, we focus on AI and crypto. My background is somewhat academic. I actually did research in crypto, security, privacy, and AI at Stanford. And one aha moment for me is that because we do applied research, we actually talk to the users a lot. And I realized that when the crypto guys, when they develop smart contracts and so on, it tends to be, for a time being, black and white. The contract is approved or not, you know, as a person or identity is legitimate or not. When I talk to real users, I realized that the physical world is much more colorful and multifaceted, if you may. And I think we are really at the very beginning of Web 3.0. There's an exciting journey ahead when we can bring in more of the physical world, the high-dimensional physical world, into the blockchain world.
Great. So yeah, we cover our introduction. So actually, my ultimate goal is to bring crypto to mass adoption. This is our ultimate goal. And we need to find more applications. So maybe I will start from NFT and the NFT applications. We can talk about more like R&D applications and research, and then we go back to the Bitcoin and more Bitcoin's applications. Maybe Helen, you can start from talking about, can you give us a short history on NFT or the arts, what's the ups and downs and what you see, what is in the past, in the present, and the future of the arts plus blockchain area? Start from you. Yeah.
This is such a big question. I feel like, so essentially NFT is just digital identifier on blockchain, and it has certificate for authenticity. I feel like the market-wise, there was a huge bubble or trending like in 2019, 2020, where the NFT was huge, PFP was huge, but then the market cooled down a little bit, and then now I think the whole market has become more rational, and it's more only the unique, valuable assets exist now. I really like to talk to our artists who are entering the market right now. For example, I keep mentioning Yue Mingjun. I talked to him. I was asking, why do you think now is a good time to enter this market? And he was like, because now is the time to test for the value. So that's what we believe. So I think now, after the bubble cool down, now it's a good time to see what is the valuable assets in this market and what essentially more we could do in this NFT sector. And to be honest, the NFT is just part of it's one element on this whole ship of the Web3 sector. With the development of Web3, with the development of technology, this market will grow again. It will be more diversified. We will create more cool things on it. So I think That's a trending.
So I challenge you. So what's your answer to this? What is the embedded value of the NFT or built by the artist? What's your answer to this?
What's the what value?
What's the real value of those
What's-
NFTs?
What's the real value? I think it depends on the project or company. From my perspective, I think what we are building, we are bringing the true art into Web3. The reason why I can say this is because we are collaborating with already successful artists in physical world, in Web2 world. We are bringing their work, we are bringing their effort, their creation into Web3. So essentially, we are bringing art into Web3. So we feel like what is valuable, their artist value is already tested in Web2 world. So we are bringing this value into Web3. This is what we think is really valuable. They are a art classic, asset class, and we are bringing them to Web3.
Nice. Nadja, I know you're doing more on this, doing more on these NFT applications. So can you talk more about it, and you can talk more about your accelerator as well?
I will combine the answer that I forgot to answer earlier, my hype moment or my big wow moment. In 2017, I came into the industry as a journalist. I was working for Bitcoin.com, investing.com, etc. And I remember when CryptoKitties came out, I declined writing about it because I said it doesn't fit with my serious approach to blockchain and getting decentralization out there. And I guess the aha moment for me then, of course there have been many, but if we're looking at the history of NFTs, and I think NFTs are a good example of being representative in Web3, because ultimately NFTs, it's a technology. It's got a nice little acronym that no one understands, and they know there's pretty pictures involved, and the use case of art and the use case of PFPs, it has garnered a lot of attention over the years, as we all know. However, I think that the true value in this entire industry is always going back to the table and saying, what is the technology able to do? So the way I like to think of it, if you imagine a table, maybe not this one, it has only one leg. Let's say there's a table with 3 legs. In the Web3 industry, one leg would be regulation. Now, regulation feels like the leg is always being, shaved down just a little bit. Some countries, of course, cut off half the leg, and then it's gone. Then you have the community aspect. Of course, we all know how much Web3 is driven by the community. Fear and greed index is literally how we measure the health of and the flourishing of the market. So in community, that leg of the table is then completely asymmetrical to regulation, because whereas regulation is constantly trying to cut off the leg, community is stretching the leg, so the table is very lopsided. And then the other leg is innovation. Now, innovation is very closely tied to the technology itself. So I think when we talk about NFTs as representative of Web3, we can see that the regulation aspect of NFTs have not received nearly as much attention as cryptocurrency, for example. But NFTs and the growth of NFTs have been very much focused on that leg of the table that is community building. So the reason that it has gotten so much attention, 2021, we were all home, not much to do when you're locked up in your house all day other than get on this amazing invention called the internet. And then people started buying into the hype of it, which was fantastic for the growth of NFTs. But I think it was quite a short-sighted growth because a lot of people understood NFTs to be PFPs, so profile pictures and art. And so today, if you ask the average person if they've ever heard of the word NFTs, they will have a very single-minded definition of what that is. So I think for me, especially in hosting the podcast that I do, The Future of NFTs, also writing a book about it. If you're in Token 2049 next month in Dubai, please come. We also have a side event. So what I've realized in speaking to all these founders building using NFT technology is as long as we focus on NFTs as a buzzword, as a hype word, and we forget that there's a technology backing it, that could potentially offer us solutions that are superior to Web2 solutions. Now, I think that's the growing pains that we are going through right now, because we remember the 2021 sparkling time of NFTs, and now if you've been following the media, we have CryptoPunks being sold for X amount of million, and it seems like not much has changed. But I think over the last few years of this bear market that we've been through, there have been so many founders leveraging the technology for business use cases that it's tricky for them when they use the word NFT because there's a very negative association, even in Web3 in different circles. However, I have been seeing so much back-end innovation that is driven by NFTs, but these companies don't call themselves an NFT company. They don't say, hey, I'm building using NFTs. It's an invisible technology for the most part. And I think if we talk about the future of Web3 in general, but then NFTs more specifically, the more invisible things become, the more the topic on discussion is not what technology you are using, but using it for the technology and then actually solving a problem. I think that's what's definitely going to transform the space.
Just a quick question. So quick questions, quick answers. What should be the top 3 use case for the NFT application on your mind?
I'm going to give only one answer, experiment. We are in an incredible time in history that was, I think Kevin alluded to this earlier, this is a very, very strategic time for us right now. In a few years, things are going to look very different in this space. It already is. So rather than focus on, for sure there should be utility and use case, but it's so brand new and none of us really know where this is going to go. So experiment, 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 have fun, enjoy it. You're part of history right now.
Right now, most of them use this as a membership, and people chip in and then they will follow the roadmap, and we just make others, so the project's team dream come true. Membership will be one, but we would love to see more to go. So, Eric,
if I can just very quickly interject, if you guys have not seen the booth outside, another one, they sell the merch for the event. They have an NFC chip, for example, that is linked to an NFT. Now, that's another use case that you don't often talk about. So definitely, if you want to go experience it, go to the booth, go see how it works, go speak to them, because that's what I meant about experiment. Broaden how you think about it, and you'll also change how you think about the technology beyond just membership, etc.
Agree. So, Eric, let's talk more about the tokens now. I think I'm quite surprised that R3 is doing a lot on Web3 or crypto. Can you tell me more? And you want to share more about like permission token, especially? It's quite similar to Soban token, but I think you guys make some improvement. Yeah, we'd love to. As time is tight, but love to.
So we actually talked to, so S3 means applied research.
Tell me more applications. We want more applications.
Right. So we talked to a lot of users, and again, if you look at so NFTs, different token types, those tokens are essentially smart contracts. The contracts, perhaps because of their legal background, tend to be kind of yes or no, if the contract's okay, valid or not, okay? But when we talk to end users, very often they do have complex requirements, and very often their requirements are not necessarily a yes or no. For example, we look into tokenized assets. There are a lot of talks about how you can represent physical assets as tokens and fractionalize them and so on. For that to do, if there's any value transaction, then there's obviously AML, anti-money laundering requirements, CFT, counter funding for terrorism, and so on, and also risk management. You don't necessarily want to put too much of the your assets into one bucket, right? And so, although those requirements, you cannot really conveniently represent it as smart contracts on chain. So we are looking at some kind of somewhat a hybrid solution. We will still have smart contracts, like two parties, perhaps the buyers for an asset and the asset providers, they can still transact. But then there will be additional roles such as a validator. So the validator will then, it has an on-chain presence. It can participate and eventually make sure that the transaction can go through. But a lot of the logic can go off-chain because then there you can have more flexible kind of rule making or perhaps some kind of AI model, deep learning model, or maybe you can even bring in large language model, things that can live off-chain and much more flexible and then also real-time, taking real-time information. And then you come back and say, hey, based on the policies, this transaction can go through. So that's what we are looking at. Somewhat more, as I said earlier, the real world is much more colorful and multifaceted, more than the black and white, the picture that smart contract tends to paint. So that's what we are looking at.
Is it related to zero knowledge proof or maybe?
It definitely relates to zero knowledge proof. And the reason is that very often the transactors, like if you want to buy something from Kevin or Helen, I may not wish to tell you my real physical world identity, right? So you use zero knowledge proofs and so on so that I can provide a proof to the seller. Suppose I'm a buyer of an art. I can prove that I am the legitimate person to buy this art and I have sufficient funds and so on without revealing my physical identity to Helen, for example. On the other hand, because there's money transaction, and unfortunately, I don't know if people are paying attention to the news. Yesterday, there was just one more large crypto exchange that was being prosecuted in the United States, a big one. And so you actually have to do AML very carefully, right? The consequence is severe. And so someone also needs to know your physical identity, that I'm buying the art not because I'm trying to launder my money, right? And so there's this zero knowledge proof that links my physical identity with my kind of on-chain identity.
So this is one of the use case, which is the decentralized identity. I fully agree because actually I'm one of the operator in Hong Kong of WorldCoin. If you know, it's a decentralized identity. Right now they are the top 4 decentralized wallet. But 1 month ago, all the police found me and say, oh, shut it down. Anyway, a lot of story to tell. Yeah, it's we have to wait until Hong Kong regulations clarifies this identity relations. Oh, last one, Kevin. So let's talk about. I see you as a Bitcoin guy. You start from Bitcoin mining, and now you're doing more like investment, and also So tell me more about how you see what's the future, what's going on, in terms of tokenization. We can talk about DePIN or Bitcoin ordinals. I think you are the Bitcoin expert.
Yeah, no, I appreciate it. Look, the topic is 2 things that are going to be massively undervalued. They're under-promising, but they're going to over-deliver, in my opinion. You have Bitcoin ordinals that not a lot of people have experience with, but let's show hands. Bitcoiners in the room? Any maxis? Okay, I shouldn't have said maxis. Okay, just Bitcoiners.
Oh, Bitcoin.
Anyone
hold
be more
Bitcoin?
than that. You guys are all ETH guys? Really? You all went EVM, huh? All right, well, sad news because your time of day is done in some essences. You got too many forks, you got too many failures, you're not solving the TPS solution. Give me one good thing coming out of ETH 2.0. Anybody? Anybody? Thank you. So Bitcoin is Bitcoin. So ordinals has not even been touched yet. It's a fantastic tool. Don't forget that those 3 letters, N, F, and T, those first 2 are irrelevant. We've had non-fungible things before. The tech, as Nadja said, is the important thing. So that T word is tokenization. Tokenization of what is the exciting part. We've seen it work in art so far, a little bit of music, and that's about it, right? Very little bit of real estate developers. There's a lot of talk. There's a great company out there that we're involved with, RealityX, but then where's the marketplaces? Right, so I would argue had the Bored Ape movement or any of those movements happened on ordinals, They would have been shorter on the way up, not so spiky, but longer lived, right? Because Bitcoiners, the statistic is now a little lower, but 65% of original Bitcoiners have never touched their wallets. It's all dormant wallets. If it's sub 2017, then it's more like 90% dormant. If it's after 2019-ish, it's about 65%. There's no reason for Bitcoiners to touch their Bitcoin because there's no products and services or use cases for us to do that. If there were staking protocols, illegal in America, but if there were staking protocols around the world, which they're popping up, then Bitcoiners would be much more happy to stake and have an end-to-end solution from Bitcoin to Bitcoin. Well, enter ordinals if you're an NFT fan, right? But ordinals is one more layer more sophisticated than original version of NFTs. You can read about it. Too long to tell you here, but it's all the way down to the Satoshi, literally down to the single Satoshi. They've calculated everything and thought about everything in the data all the way down to a single Satoshi so that now text and things that are not just art and data-driven like text and speeches and papers and thesis, literally anything can now be a resume. It's a great thing to go on ordinals. So that's exciting. Now DeepIns. Just type in top DeepIn projects of the last, just type DeepIn projects. Some of them are really great projects that are OG, but they just weren't sexy enough. Storage, well, Filecoin, everybody knows. We have a lot of these file, sharing, hosting applications. This is what we've been doing for 35 years. You would get a hard drive, you would save your information, and that's it. But that's where the idea dies. What if that was decentralized, and I could share my hardware space with someone in this room, and pay me a token value, and we can share in that. And that's essentially a layer of what we built at Functionland. And we've invested in these guys, and now you can have a little hardware wallet, hardware device, say 2 terabytes. One of those I can put on the network, and any of you can fill it and get rewarded for it as well. That's essentially the technology of Filecoin, which is the idea of DeepIn. Now, DeepIn is not RWAs either. That's a big misconception. They are in the same umbrella, but they are not the same thing. Just because one is doing a physical asset doesn't mean that it's a real-world physical asset. We can have a digital, asset. So just type top DeepIn projects. You'll notice a lot of them that you probably didn't even know you were invested in. And then your mind will start to wander about the great things that can come from them. So Bitcoin is never gone away, but it's going to have its day as a part of its technology being used for the first time in a very long time. But we just need more. You mentioned we needed more applications. Well, we need more DeepIn projects. We need more RWA projects. We need more marketplaces to trade that. We need more NFT marketplaces for music, art, entertainment. Pretty soon movies in Hollywood will be decentralized any day now and be fully funded with a token project. You can look up some that have done that before. So don't mistake the strength of Bitcoin, and I'm not saying this from a maxi perspective. I'm saying this from a disrespected perspective that everyone just looked at the value. The common thing is on these stages, what's your price prediction for 2024? I don't give a hoot what the price is, right? Because it's shown its thesis over 13 years, it's the most valuable asset, period. Not digital asset, period. So why are we not enjoying its technology? Think about that, invest in it, use it, and DeepIn and ordinals are just the tip of the iceberg. Ruin, Taproot, these are great things that are coming on the Bitcoin network, so keep your eyes peeled. You won't be sorry for that.
If I ask you to pick one or two things, what are you bullish in? Like, you think?
Bitcoin DeFi, and I think Ruin is about to explode. Great projects, really exciting times. RUNE, Ruin projects, and they're doing their own marketing themselves without the crypto degen fan bros.
Are you bullish in Bitcoin layer 2s or just Bitcoin as itself? Because Bitcoin doesn't have any
Never a bad
contract.
day to buy Bitcoin.
But there is no smart contract. What do you mean by Bitcoin DeFi? I'm bullish in Bitcoin DeFi, but I'd love to know your take.
It's allowing, just Bitcoin DeFi in a very simple term is allowing you to use your Bitcoin to make Bitcoin. You've never had that opportunity before. It's always been taken away from you into another token, and in order to go back to Bitcoin, there's going to be some slippage. And 99% of people from miners who I started as this, our biggest mistake was not keeping Bitcoin. You're a degen, so you go mine some other altcoin, and you think you're going to go back to Bitcoin, but you never do. So just keep Bitcoin, hold it, invest in it, and look for products that are allowing you to do so, which two are here on stage right now. Ordinals, Deepin, Ruin, Taproot. These are all great parts of the Bitcoin network.
Yeah, we almost cover all the hot topics right now. So let me give you a brief history. So we are talking about tokenization. What crypto is about is that we want to bring the Web2 to Web3. We use tokenization can mean a lot of things. It could be a utility, it could be a security, and it could be a go-to-market strategy as well. Why we keep talking about DPIN or Bitcoin audience? Because actually tokens, they can do a lot of things. For example, previously we have NFT. People like that cute pictures. That's why people buy it. So we have bigger community. Right now we have the DPIN. We will, if you do some quests, you will get some rewards. For example, like you mentioned the DID, the WorldCoin project. They scan your iris. They know you are unique humans. You are not deepfake. You are not AI. They give you tokens. They airdrop you tokens, and then you get some free tokens, right? This is DID. DPIN the same. In the future, you will share your Wi-Fi, share your VPN, share your energy to your neighbors, and you get airdrops. You get a lot of tokens. This is also a mass adoption, bringing Web2 people to Web3. Ordinals the same. We are going there. We are going there.
But the problem is that the regulatory perspective of like the West and why it can't be offered as a solution from a bank or a financial advisement firm or whatever, we're still 3-10 years away from that, is because these are securities, right? When you look at it from a very foundational standpoint, these are securities. And if you want to put a Bored Ape on a water and sell it, it's a brand. But if you want to take it any further, let's say replace Walmart's logo with a Bored Ape. Right? There's so many things regulatory that need to happen in order for that just little thing to happen. But they've been sold as do whatever you want with it. It's your ownership. It's your IP. You can do. That's just not true. These are highly sophisticated products. When you add that third word of tokenization, and DeepIn, ordinals, NFT, whatever, tokens are extremely sophisticated products. And if we can regulate them the right way, because it's going to be regulated, then it can be a really exciting product. But they are securities. Let's not forget that.
Yeah, totally agree. But in the future, I think we call it Wild West, right? There will be an unregulated decentralized world and the regulated decentralized world. I don't know what the future will look like, but yeah, there will be a lot of opportunities. Yeah, time is short. How about this? Everyone share one last message for our audience. If you want to, in case they forget everything what we talk about, just drop one message. What will it be? Maybe start from Nadja.
So I think I'll just reiterate what I said earlier. You know, this is such a crazy time in the world right now, geopolitically, economically, just in terms of society in general. A lot of structures and systems are breaking down, and there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of anxiety. We just had COVID. There's a lot of issues. And now we have this industry, and there's a lot of issues here too. But I think the opportunity to work on a pioneer tech that could potentially solve some of these problems that we are facing, but it's not set in stone. So we, the people, is really what I'm bullish on, because this technology is here, it exists, but it's not going to bring the solutions to the table that we've been promising the world and ourselves if we don't recognize that we, the people, are the ones bringing it to life. So I invite you, no matter where you are in terms of geography, in terms of your career, in terms of your skill, your knowledge, your interest level, get involved in some tangible way. Don't read about it. Don't go chasing the theory. The theory is very often very different from practice. The more you physically exercise the ability to be part of this in whatever way of your choosing, this is what's going to make this come alive to you. There's so much here for everyone. There's a lot of things in this industry I hate, I disagree with, but there's a lot of things in this industry I absolutely love that I live for. So I would love for you in your own journey to find the things that make you passionate, to make you feel energized about being part of it. I've never been part of another industry that has as many opportunities to bring that into your life as this one. So yeah, good luck and enjoy it most of all.
I really agree and really like this attitude about exploring, and I think that's one of the key things that we can do, and that is unique in this Web3 universe. And for the last thing I want to share is I really agree with what Kevin has been sharing about this, the valuable of Bitcoin and the necessity of exploring more on Bitcoin to make it more facilitated, and then to do more things with Bitcoin. Actually, we are also exploring this approach. So our next project with Yue Mingjun is on Ordinal. It's called Human, which is gonna launching within this month. And then we are bringing this the first artist into Ordinal project. So it's gonna be big. It's gonna be unique. And please take a look. And then stay tuned for this our collaboration. And we feel like this is the future. The Web3 is empowering what Web2 cannot do by technologies with this passionate group of people. And we feel like there will be more synergy to do and to explore. So stay tuned for us and stay tuned for this Web3. And I'm really excited to be here today.
Hey, not bad for her first panel, okay? Not bad, good energy. Look, I think if you're gonna look at one thing, if there's one thing I gotta do, it's not one thing, I would say just do your first. And I would say this to your family members. If they don't have an avatar, help them build an avatar. If they don't have a wallet, obviously, you should have already helped them because you're in this room, but if you haven't, help them build their first wallet, their firsts, their first staking, their first DeFi, their first everything. I think now is a perfect time, the last first perfect time to ever do this. Like I said, in 2-3 years, this is it. It's not going to be our game anymore. It's kind of half of our game after the ETF. So you own about 51%, I'd be kind. In 3 years, we're not going to be 51% decision makers anymore. We are the decision makers. That's the craziest part of this. We are all the decision makers. I don't know if that's going to be true in the near future. So get your family and friends and everybody there first of everything and start to take the next step, the first step, right? And I don't think it doesn't matter which project you get into, good, bad, ugly, meme coin, shit coin, whatever. Just do the first step, take the first step, and you'll be happier for it. So keep going.
Cool. Yeah, so I pretty much concur with what everyone said here. Experiment, and then include people who are currently outside of the Web 3.0 blockchain community, everyone, because we want to bring this to the mass. We need to bring in people who do not necessarily currently speak the language of Web 3, but make them see the usefulness and value of the technology and applications.
Amazing. Let me write it up. Just just one sentence. All in blockchain. All in blockchain. So blockchain. So I'm from the TradFi background. Why I'm in crypto? Because in TradFi, TradFi. TradFi means traditional finance, by the way. Stock market is 10 years a cycle. For crypto, it's 4 years. So it's a big bull one. And non-financial advice, this bull market can last usually it will be in late, the bull market will last until late maybe 2025. So we still have 1 year to go. So not talking about the token price, there will be a lot of new use cases. We cover DP, DID, NFT applications, memberships, decentralized identity, SecKML, and we mentioned the LLM as well. So there are a lot of applications. Just open, if you didn't open any wallets, just download, for example, any decentralized wallet, MetaMask, put $10. Try it by yourself. Try Uniswap, try DeFi, try NFT. Just spend $1. You understand what's inside, and that will help. And
Brother, don't say that because the gas fees are going to be like $150 on that $1. So tell them something. Put $100. Your gas fees are going to be. See, this is why the Bitcoin. Just come over to Bitcoin.
They can try on Polygon, Avalanche, Solana. Yeah, but yeah, try it. And yeah, I'd love to talk more about it. Thank you very much. Thank you for coming for this panel. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you very much to our panel. Good job, Alan Li. If you could all come forward, get your photos taken right up here. Nadja, there you go. All right, guys, front and center for the photo. There we go. You can all hug and kiss off stage in a little bit. There we go. Nadja Bester from Adlunam, Helen Han, Pei Fung Soltani, Dr. Lam from Astri, and Alan Li. Thank you very much. Woo. Thank you. All right, we're good to go. Thank you very much, Kevin.